Hello science students, this is going to be a brief intro to the ions mastery activity to help you get started and hopefully finish the assignment. So first off, don't look at it in the little window right here. We're going to go ahead and open it in another tab by clicking on the little blue link. And there's an example done for you. You'll notice up here it actually says only do 3. Most of you did all of them, which is great. It means you got more practice, but you only have to do 3 of these. So how it works is you're going to open the simulator at the link right here, and you're going to build the ion of your choice from the list. So the first one was oxygen 2-. So oxygen has 8 protons, which means to have a charge of -2 and needs to have 2 extra electrons because the electrons are negative and the protons are positive. The nice thing about this is that you don't even necessarily need to know that in order to make this work. So let's go ahead and show oxygen as an example, and then you can try lithium, boron, nitrogen, whichever you'd like from the list below. So I'm going to click on the link and it's going to open the simulator. It'll take it a moment to load, but not too long. So you're going to choose the one on the left to build your atom. So if we look up oxygen on the periodic table, it has 8 protons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But this looks a little bit strange. It has no neutrons right now. That means if I click on the stable and unstable choice right here, it's going to tell me it's unstable. So now I need to add neutrons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 until it's stable. So oxygen 16 is stable, oxygen 17 is stable, and oxygen 18 are all stable. But we're going to go ahead and stick with just oxygen 16, kind of the standard version. Now, let's go and look at the net charge and the mass number. The mass number is 16, that's fine. The net charge is +8. My chart tells me it's supposed to be -2, and if you looked on your periodic table, it would also say that oxygen should be a -2. That means I need to add electrons until it's -2. So now it's +7. I added 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 electrons. That makes it neutral charge, but oxygen needs to gain 2 more to be stable to fill this outer ring or this outer shell. Oops, didn't want to take that one. Now if I add the 2 more, it's got 10 and has a charge of -2. So to finish this off on your Chromebook, you'll do Control-Shift, the little window switching key or the square with the lines next to it button. Take a little screenshot, click yes, then it should save it to your Chromebook. And then when you come back in here, you can click on this box, click Insert, Image, Upload from Computer, and it should be one of the first choices. It may also be in your Google Drive, so if you don't find it right away in the Upload from Computer choice, then you can search there. Okay. Now, keep in mind that you need to add or take away electrons from neutral in order to make it either positive or negative based on this. So this is a great activity for learning how to build an ion and understanding where the charges are coming from. Once you've done that, you'll move to part 2. Part 2 is to switch. So you can either go back and refresh this, or you can click on the center one. And this allows you, and you can click on the far right one. And you can play any of these 4 games. I actually want you to play all 4. There are 5 questions each. I'm going to use the question mark one because that's kind of a little bit of everything. So for this one, it's got a mass number of 1, 1 proton, and a 0 net charge. That means I have 1 proton and no neutrons because the mass number is also 1. And since it has no net charge, I can add an electron. And I can click check. And if I'm right, it makes a sound, and I can move on to the next one. The key here is that there's 3 numbers you should know in this sort of symbol. You should know that the protons are down here on the bottom left, the mass number, or protons and neutrons together, is on the top left, and the charge is on the top right. So for this one, you'll notice I have 1 proton, I have 1 neutron, or 2 items in the nucleus, so I want to add 2 as my mass number, and then I have 2 electrons, which is 1 more than the protons, so I should have a charge of -1. And if I check that, it's going to tell me that's correct as well. Now, for any of them that you miss, you're going to type in game number 1, 2, 3, or 4, type in what the incorrect answer you chose was, why it was incorrect, and explain what the correct answer is. If I were to get one wrong, so this one says 7 protons, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 neutrons. That means my mass number is 15 because it's protons and neutrons together, and electrons 10. That means my charge will be -3. Let's say I misunderstood and I thought it was +3. It's going to tell me it's wrong. And then I can try again. And if I get it right this time, now it's happy, and I only get 1 of the 2 points. But If this were to happen, you could kind of explain, oh, I got confused about the charges of the electrons, and I thought it'd be positive because I added electrons, but really it should be negative because there's more electrons than protons. Something along those lines. And when you finish that, you have your follow-up questions 1 through 4 down here to finish. Use your notes, use the activity to answer those, and you should be good to go. Okay, good luck with the activity.